Hello, Hannah. Toby wanted to say hi as well. He's in a cuddling mood. Yes, hi. As you can see, he's just a lap dog. He's just a little guy. Just a little guy. He's definitely not 87 pounds. Yes, hi. He likes to cuddle. He's a lover, not a fighter. I think it's sad that big dogs get a bad reputation just because they're typically capable of hurting people, and people then train them to hurt people. But naturally, they don't want to hurt anybody. They just want love. They just want cuddle. Does this guy look like he could hurt anyone? Except with kisses. He may be able to kiss you to death. I would not put that past him. He has tried before. Oh boy. Oh boy, here comes the lap dog. Here he comes. Okay, good. Oh, we're done. Are we done? We're done. So the last video I made was over a month ago because summer break! Yeah, we had a break from videos. No, not really. I just suck. I can at least say that I've been busy. I've been working at California Shakespeare Theater, at their summer camp that they do with kids. And so I've been teaching the children's Shakespeare. Though really, the children's are very smart and actually know more Shakespeare than I do. I had a really fantastic time working with the kids, like a really fantastic time. I lucked out. I got great kids. Some of them, were more annoying than others. Some of them needed more looking after than others. Like, if I learn your name within the first class, that's probably not a good thing because it probably means I have to keep saying your name to shut you up. But ultimately, they were all good kids, and they were smart, and they liked Shakespeare and theater, and they were just so sweet, and I had a great time with them. The program works where there's 2 camp locations. There's Bentley, which is Lafayette, and Oakland Holy Names High School. And I was at Oakland. I liked working at Oakland a lot. There were some issues we had with the high school, like the crazy lady who was convinced that we had we could do nothing right. Like, she told us we could drag chairs on the floor, and then she yelled at us 2 days later for dragging chairs on the floor. And the Oakland camp's a newer location, so it kind of gets less stuff. Like, there's just less props and set pieces that it gets access to. But that's alright, we made do. You can easily do theater without that kind of stuff. They do need to work on the lighting and the sound, though. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the teachers. I enjoyed the kids. I really enjoyed the other interns. They were all great at what they did, and everyone got along. So I finished working at that camp, not last week, but the week before last. And, I finished up, and then the next week, I knew I was going to be doing something. And they basically offered us 2 options. 1, office work. 2, helping out at the Lafayette camp, because there was a lot of kids at this Lafayette camp session. So I was like, okay, well, I know I don't want to do office work. Let me help out at the Lafayette camp. And, they very much presented this to us as oh, yeah, they could use some help, so whenever you have time, it'd be great for you to come in. Well, I'm with the kids, and I don't want to just, pop in and out with the kids. I want to be consistent with them. So I was with the kids all week. I basically did a full camp day for the rest of the week. I was just with a new group of kids and helped them with their show. It was great. And I really liked the intern I was working with. I really liked the director and all that. There were just a couple problems. I was, told I was, helping out in the mornings. I came, the first time at 8, because that's when the interns are supposed to get there. And we kind of just sat around for half an hour. And then we went in the auditorium, and the kids slowly show up. And at Oakland, there was very few interns. There was 4 of us. So 2 people would go down to sign out, and 2 people would be in the auditorium. And that was good. You need definitely 2 people in the auditorium to deal with all the kids that are coming in. This camp had 6 interns, and then the additional support from the Oakland. So they had 8 or 9 interns. They actually might have had more. But anyway, so they had a lot of interns, right? And so I ended up doing nothing in the morning because they didn't put me on sign-in because I'm not an actual intern of that camp, which makes total sense. And then I wasn't, put on unlocking the doors for the same reason. So I basically was sitting in the auditorium, but there were so many interns that I just sat there. And, I don't like not doing things. So I was like, well, I'm gonna, and, the actual camp starts at 9, when all, the assembly stuff starts, and then you go off with your campers. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna show up in time for actual camp to start, but I'm not gonna get there at 8. There's nothing for me to do. So I show up one day at 8:40, walk into the auditorium. There's no issue. Clearly camp started fine without me. I mean, again, camp has not officially started yet. And I, walk into the room and no issue. And the guy who's in charge of the Lafayette camp sees me and he goes, camp starts at 8. And I go, I know, even though it doesn't start at 8, but whatever. And I go, I know. And I'm like about to like explain like, well, I didn't think I had to come in. I'm just volunteering this week. I don't normally do anything. And he just goes, good. Then maybe you can work on that tomorrow. And walks off. I was so angry. I've been this angry. Like, when I get angry, I get really, really angry. And I was literally just sat in the back of the auditorium steaming. Like, there's no other way to describe what I did. And of course, like, I was fine once I was with the kids. Like, I'm not gonna let my anger affect how I deal with kids. But, oh, I was so upset. So the next day I came in, at 8 and just didn't bring it up because there was 2 more days up to the camp and I just don't want to deal with it. And then the day after that, I actually totally slept through my alarm. Like 100%, my alarm went off at its normal time and I just slept through it for like an hour. So I woke up late, so I ended up getting to camp late. And I actually felt really bad that day because that was the day, I didn't even know in advance, but that was the day that they set up all the chairs in the auditorium. And so they're actually all had been doing work. So I did feel really bad that morning for not coming in. But that one wasn't on purpose at all. I just slept in. But again, I just didn't bring it up, didn't deal with it because there was 2 days, that was the last day of camp. And I was like, I'm just not going to deal with this. But like also the other thing about that camp that I didn't like was like there was just this really negative feeling among the interns. It was very weird. Like from what I could tell, most of the interns were very good with their kids. That certainly wasn't an issue. All the kids had a great time. But it was just like among the interns, some people clearly didn't like other people and they like didn't hide this as any kind of secret. And the camp head, the one who had been all like sassy and obnoxious to me, like clearly didn't like some of the interns and didn't really make that a secret, which is really inappropriate since they're like his employees. And he was just like very, I don't know, short with people and like snarky with them, but not in a good way. There's like funny snarky, and then there's like snarky, and he was like snarky. Plus he said some inappropriate things about some of the interns, like just called them names that weren't appropriate, and he didn't ever do this to their face. He did this like behind their back when I'd been working for the Oakland camp. He and I were both working an event, and he was like talking about the interns at the Lafayette camp and saying not very nice things, and I just thought it was really inappropriate. But overall, Cal Shakes artistic learning camps, awesome. Oakland, awesome. Kids, awesome. And interns with the kids, awesome. Intern boss relationships at Lafayette, maybe not so awesome. Other than that, I mean, that's been taking up most of my time. But so other than that, I haven't been doing too much. Just chores. And I've been trying to edit my India photos. I take way too many photos, is what I've learned. But I got a new editing software because my dad bought it. It's really, really exciting. It's called Lightroom, and it's like really, really cool, and I'm very jazzed. My favorite thing is that I can take out people. So I could be like, oh, this would be a perfect picture if this random little person wasn't in the background. So I just like take that spot and I clone a different spot of the photo and put it over and the person disappears. It's really cool. Unfortunately, I've been really tired lately and I'm hoping that's just because like I had to keep waking up at like 6:30 for the camp. I'm hoping now that the camp's done my schedule will like get better. But I didn't go to bed late either. I was getting a pretty good amount of sleep. I was getting way more sleep than I get during school and I was like, I've been really tired. Like just pass out in the middle of the day tired. And I've randomly been feeling nauseous and dizzy, but I'm the kind of person where I have to have like a giant danger sign forming on my skin for me to be like, maybe I should go to the doctor, which I realize is not good, but that's kind of how I am. I went to Nevada City this past weekend with my aunt and my sister. My aunt always takes us on a girls' weekend because she's so awesome. And I was a little skeptical because I was like, what's in Nevada City? Because I was pretty sure nothing was in Nevada City. I also thought Nevada City was in Nevada, which it's not, which is just weird. But we went to Nevada City. Traffic sucked on the drive there. Oh my god, Sacramento traffic is the worst. But Nevada City's absolutely adorable, super cute, super like hippie-ish in like a fun way. There was a lot going on there, which I was surprised by, like music festivals and all that kind of stuff. There was delicious food. We ended up eating at the same restaurant like 3 times because it was so good. And our bed and breakfast was cute, and I bought a vintage dress. Ooh, let me show you my dress. Okay, so this is a vintage dress. I have no idea how old it is. It literally says vintage on the tag. Anyway, it's like the weirdest cut dress ever. So this is the top, which is made for the woman in the world who has the largest bust known to man and the smallest waist, which is why the waist fits me but the bust doesn't, so my mom's actually going to be fixing it. And that's part of the reason I was able to buy it even though other people had it. And this is the skirt. So it's super cute. I haven't really like seen any kind of dress that looks like this before, so I'm very jazzed by it. I think there have probably only been a couple bad things this summer. One, the fact that I really haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen you because you're in freaking middle of nowhere Napa, but I'm gonna be coming out to see you for a couple days, so that'll be good. I haven't seen my other friends because I'm just so god-awful keeping in contact with people, Hannah. I'm so bad because I think it's because I can so easily entertain myself. Like, my sister can't spend like a weekend alone. She like needs to go see someone, and I'm just not like that. I can spend like a very, very long time without seeing any friends and be perfectly content. So I kind of have to like, it's not that I don't want to see friends, it's just that like it doesn't like dawn in my mind of like, oh, I'm gonna be really bored today unless I see someone. Instead it's like, oh, I've got all these things to do if I don't see someone, you know? So I have to like kind of force myself to remember that, oh yeah, I can hang out with people. So hopefully now that work's done, I can actually try to see people, because I like people. I do. The other thing is that I haven't really felt like I've done anything like significant with my summer. Like in the past, I've always had some like giant project that I've been working on, and I haven't had that this summer. And that's fine. I mean, I've done plenty of things, but I guess, you know, I used to always do the writing stuff, and I don't really do that anymore. So it's kind of weird not having that. I think if I have time, I'm going to try writing some preliminary scripts for like the web show thing I want to do. You know, just to see if I can write them, if I can come up more detailedly with characters and whatnot. I think that would be fun. I know this video was really boring. Sorry, I was just giving you general updates on life, but I made a video, so that should count for something. God, we're awful at this. I love you. I can't wait to see you. DFTBA. And look over there, it's a monkey.